Okay, this week we will be drawing our snowman because we're about a month into winter. So we're going to draw a snowman who's very happy to have a red cardinal bird, which we learned about last week, week before last, sitting on top of his head. So we're going to go ahead and start with that, and we're just going to be using our same thing that we've been doing all year long, which is review, using our different types of lines and different types of shapes, and repetition with the shapes where we draw circles repeatedly to do our snow, and the repetition where we do our patterns and our earmuffs. So what we're going to do first is you're going to take, and you're not going to draw a whole and a complete circle. You're going to start and leave part of the circle, kind of hanging off the bottom of the page, so that the rest of his snow body can start, down off the page. So leaving it turned portrait style, which is straight up and down the long way in front of us. We're going to start at the bottom so we can't see the very bottom of that circle where it went all the way around. And we're just going to simply draw a circle. And it does not have to be perfect. Just get a circular or oval type shape on your paper. The snowman doesn't have to be a perfect circle. And you'll also have a read aloud to go along with this about snowmen. Now, once you have your circle, and we've left the bottom part of the circle off, we're going to add our eyeballs. And our eyeballs are just going to be two ovals. They're kind of tilted in. So you're going to bring it out and around and back up. And you're going to draw another circle that's tilted inwards towards that one, towards the top. And if you notice, they get further away from each other at the bottom. So just bring that one around and curve it back up to meet up where we started at. And inside of those circles, he's looking up at his bird that he's happy to have on his head. So we're going to draw two half oval shapes in there for his eyeballs. And we're going to color those pupils in for his eyeballs black. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and draw our line straight across the bottom for his scarf that he is wearing. So just one straight line straight across the bottom, close to the bottom of that circle. And you can put whatever pattern you want to on yours. It does not matter. But I'm just going to put some stripes, some straight lines that kind of turn to the side, which are called vertical lines. Real simple and easy. Here we go. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to just take and add under that first eyeball, you're going to come down and just draw kind of a sideways smile shape. And then on each end of that smile shape, just kind of fit it in between the eye and the scarf. You're going to draw just 2 lines to make it look like he has dimples where he's smiling. And this over here is supposed to just kind of indicate, you know, how happy he is to have a bird on his head. So it's kind of like a blush mark. So you can make it a circular shape or whatever shape you wanted it to be and color it in red. And I just kind of did a heart shape. Now we're going to add our carrot nose. And right in between those eyes, come down beside your mouth. You're going to add another kind of smile, sideways smile shape. And then bring a line that you're going to take and kind of start from one point at the bottom part of that smile shape. And you're going to kind of vertically go up with it and go in. Because it needs to be wider at the bottom than it does at the top. So you're going to do the same thing at the top. You're going to go take that line up and kind of vertically turn it in. And then just add some lines for texture. The way a carrot feels and looks on your carrot. Now next we're going to get to where we draw our earmuffs. And down towards the bottom, in between your carrot and your scarf, you're just going to do kind of like some bumpy lines. So curve them out and back in, out and back in, curve it out, back in, curve it out and back in, curve it out and back in, going around in a circular motion until you meet back up with where you started. And you can go ahead and put this one on this side where you curve that one around too. And curve it out and back in, out and back in, going around. Curve it out and back in. Curve it out and back in till you meet up again. Now this is going to be his, and you can actually go ahead and add some little lines to make his earmuffs look fuzzy to the outside of that. So that way the lines are already there when you go back and color it in. Now, you're just going to simply take one line and you're going to follow that same shape of his head that you already have there. That kind of circular or oval shape that you drew. Just follow along the outside of it. Almost like you're just drawing a bigger version of it. And you're going to go around. Bring it on around. Until you reach that other earmuff. Now, on the top of his head, kind of above each eyeball, you're going to do an upside down V shape kind of, but make it really wide above each eyeball. And then you're just going to take and draw a line straight up, just a little, and kind of make them stop at the same length up. Then on top of that, you're going to draw a U shape. And on the front of that U shape, once you stop, you're gonna take the side of that U shape and bring it out. And then start at a point and go up with it and stop at a certain point. Don't take it up too terribly far. And then you're going to draw almost another U shape, but it's more like a curved line. And you're going to try to stop it at the same point across up from where you stopped your U shape the first time. And then you're going to go draw a line straight out to make the tail feathers of your cardinal, and then bring that line back down straight, kind of out towards the side of your paper, and then another line to connect the top of his tail feathers to the bottom of his body where your U shape stopped. And then you're just going to add some lines in here to give it a feather texture, to show texture like feathers. And then another line with another line coming from that to show where his feathers on his side are. Now we're going to do our first circle. That's for his eye, so we're going to color that in. And then we're going to draw a straight line for his beak. So we leave a little triangle shape there. And color that in. Now what's left is for our pattern that we're going to repeat over and over. Just some circles for snow. Because it's winter time. And some winters we may see snow. Even if it's just a little bit. So once you have you put your circles wherever you want them, and as many of them as you want. You can color yours, and since it's a cardinal, that does need to be red, and since he's blushing, this does need to be red, and his hair, of course, needs to be some type of orange. Other than that, you can color the rest of it however you may like. That is up to you. Enjoy.